Sa ating mainit na balita, humarap na si Congressman Rodante Marcoleta sa Senado ngayong araw upang ilahad ang kanyang mga nalalaman at saloobin laban sa mga pulpul na politiko. Sa isang emosyonal na pagsasalita, ibinahagi ni Marcoleta ang kanyang mga obserbasyon at mga pinagdadaanang sama ng loob tungkol sa kalakaran ng politika ng bansa. Ayon kay Marcoleta, isa sa mga pangungunahing problema ay ang kakulangan ng tunay na malasakit ng ilang mga politiko para sa kanilang mga nasasakupan. Binanggit niya na marami sa mga ito ay inuuna ang pansariling interes kaysa sa kapakanan ng bayan. Ani niya, panahon na upang itama ang mga maling gawain at magkaroon ng mga tunay na lider na may malasakit sa bayan. Ang kanyang mga pahayag ay umani ng iba't ibang reaksyon mula sa mga kapwa mambabatas at sa publiko. Sa kabila ng mga kontrobersyal na pahayag, nagbigay diin si Marcoleta na hindi itong personal na atake kundi isang panawagan para sa pagbabago. Hinihikayat niya ang mga kapwa politiko na magkaisa at magtulungan para sa ikabubuti ng bayan. Ayon pa sa kanya, ang pagbabago ay magsisimula sa ating mga lider at ang responsibilidad nating lahat na magtrabaho para sa mas maliwanag na kinabukasan ng Pilipinas. Sa gitna ng lahat ng ito, umaasa ang marami na magbubunga ang kanyang mga salita ng positibong pagbabago sa sistema ng pamahalaan. At yan nga ang balitang ating pagkakatutukan. Ngunit bagong lahat, siguraduhin mag-subscribe at i-hit ang notification bell para sa patuloy na pagtutok sa mga sulyap ng bagong balita sa tunay na boses ng masa.
Tingnan natin, Madam Chair.
Yes, I think we'll have to consider that. But like you said, Senator Bato, his name is very prominently displayed
Yes,
on the form.
he is the face of this brouhaha. So he should present himself. Otherwise, useless itong magiging inquiry natin kung hindi natin makita yung tao na nandoon sa papel, sa form. So can we subpoena this person, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair,
Yes, Congressman Marcoleta, please.
I am happy that Senator Bato raised this question because
That's right.
this is the gist of the entire inquiry. Attorney Anthony A. Abad appears to be the proponent of this initiative. Kagaya po ng sinabi ninyo, Senator, bigyan ng katauhan ang nagpasimuno nitong Politicians Initiative. Earlier, Madam Chair, the House of Representatives, sila po ang nagiging parang kontrabida dito. I am not representing the House of Representatives today. I was personally invited by the beautiful chairman to appear in this committee. But, as a member, hindi po nyo may aalis sa akin na medyo magdamdam rin ako sapagkat ang patutsada ay patungkol sa House of Representatives, lalong-lalo na po yung Speaker. I am not defending the Speaker. If this congressional hearing ultimately found that the Speaker is the one who spearheaded this or funded this initiative, I will probably request him to step down. Pero kung hindi po siya naman, bakit hindi po natin kinonsentrate kay Anthony Abad? Siya po yung bida dito eh. Siya po ang pinakasentro nito. Siya ang nagsasabi dito na pinaliwanag niya sa tao. Nagsabi po ng mga tao, we fully understand the rationale of this proposition. We fully understand the consequences, the effects, and the advantages of this proposition. Gusto nating malaman, talaga bang ginawa niya single-handedly, although et al. Ito, but to undertake and to mobilize an undertaking nationwide, to be able to get at least 8 million votes. Kaya po ba ng isang tao? Why don't we begin with Anthony Abad? Who is he? Anthony Abad, based on the Google, Madam Chair, specializes in international trade law. He has been in legal practice for 17 years, and he is at present an independent advisor of the Philippine Senate.
May I know, Madam Chair?
Nasa Google po. At
kung sino-
nakalagay din po
sino
sa Google,
sinabi?
he took his oath before the office of Senator Aquilino Pimentel. Nasa Google po. Kaya kailangan po nating makita lahat eh. Sa Google po yan.
I was also shown that picture, pero hindi ko ma-date eh. Mukhang bata pa kami nun eh. So, so must have been years ago. And if we are talking about this, that if he is also that Anthony Abad named in the signature sheet, so we are assuming a lot of things. Pero right now, he's not a consultant of my office. But, so kailangan pasiputin natin itong Attorney Anthony A. Abad. So,
Triple A.
Yes.
Attorney Anthony A. Abad.
So, para malaman po natin. And if that person seen in the picture taking an oath before me, if he will admit that he is the one, then we're talking about the same person. But he's not a consultant of my office, so I don't think he's also a consultant of the Senate. Wala. So maybe that was siguro part of his biodata. Siguro once upon a time, baka nangyari yun. And then, since nandito na rin tayo sa topic na ito, the burden is all with Attorney Anthony A. Abad because no other lawyer can file that petition and claim that he or she is under that et al. Hindi mo pwede yun. So it's only if the signatures are genuine and real and then freely given, it is only this Attorney Anthony A. Abad whom they have authorized to file the petition. No person, no lawyer can claim to be et al. Kasi hindi siya pinangalanan. So that's my theory. Kaya I agree with Congressman Marcoleta. We really have to identify who is. Pero medyo common name kasi yan. There might be more than one Anthony A. Abad who happens also to be a lawyer. So
Yes,
we need to
Senator,
look for
but we
this
can
person.
We can start with him.
Yes,
This is an A4 sheet of paper.
that's right.
10 signatories per sheet. If Anthony Abad is out to get 8 million votes to satisfy the threshold of 8 million, this is the requisite of the People's Initiative, he will need 800,000 pieces of this A sheet. Nakita ko po yung nakakuha ko ng isang ream nito. This paper was imported from Indonesia. This is 70 GSM. I want to ask Anthony Abad. Kinuwenta ko po kung magkano eh. Siguro about 1,500 something reams. ₱500,000 pesos, ito pala mong papel. Ipiprint mo ito, palagay mo na lang ₱2. 800,000 seats at 1.6 million plus 500, that's about 2 million. Saan niya kinuha ni Anthony? Maybe we can ask questions directly from this guy. Hindi yung mga nakatakip ang mukha. They're so brave enough not to be able to expose their faces in the public. I'm sorry, Mr. Senate President, but I read your rules of evidence. If the substantive rights of people affected in this hearing, they should also be protected. How can we, for example, confront the accusers if they are all masked? Hindi po ganito. I am not defending the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I will repeat this. If this investigation will find out na siya po ang nagpondo, I will politely ask him to step down. Pero alimbawa po kung ito'y ginawa ni Anthony Abad out of exasperation, out of frustration, because I think for the longest time, the House of Representatives have been inviting the Senate to meet with us on a constituent assembly, and the Senate repeatedly refused us. This is on record, Madam Chair. Kahit kailan po hindi natin magagampanan, hindi natin magagamit yung isang modality to change the Constitution, which is the Constituent Assembly. Every time an invitation is issued to the Senate by the House, Ang answer po, dead ma. Dead ma. So kailan po natin gagamitin ng Constituent Assembly? We cannot. It's impossible. Sa pag sinasabi ng Senate, well, ang dami pong ano eh. Okay, bago kami makipag-meet sa inyo, you will have to agree that separate voting. Ganun po palagang nangyayari. Ito po ang nangyari. Ako po matagal na ako sa Congress. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, Madam Chair, panahon pa po ni Speaker Belmonte, pinag-iisipan na natin to. Restrictive economic provisions, blah, 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 blah. But we never agreed just to meet. Alam po ninyo, Madam Chair, ang pinag-uusap, mag-meet lang po tayo. Tsaka na po natin pag-uusapan kung yung 3/4 is voting separately or not.
Pero, yes, Madam Chair.
Pero
Yes,
wala
I
po
think,
tayo.
Tama observation ni Attorney Marcoleta, but that cannot be forced. If the Senate does not want to amend the Constitution through a Constituent Assembly, the House cannot force it. Ganun lang po yun, as simple as that. So therefore,
No one is forcing, Senator.
precisely. So there should be no complaint kasi we are two autonomous bodies. Ayaw nung isa makimit sa Constituent Assembly.
The
So,
complaint arises from the fact that you do not want to meet with us. So
Madam
ang
Chair.
question, how can we make use of that particular
Yes,
modality? It is the first modality.
yes, that means that the present composition of both houses cannot avail of that mode kasi ayaw nga nung isang house makimit. So, ano na po yan? That's a political question, gamitin sa issues sa election. Pero our problem with the PI is yun na nga. Therefore, we suspected some politicians to be behind the PI because ang tinutumbok ng People's Initiative is the procedure sa Constituent Assembly.
That's
And
right.
changing the natural meaning of that section,
That's
Madam
correct.
Chair. So that's
And
the...
with all due
Yan
respect
yung flow,
to
yes.
Congressman Marcoleta, that's likely a subject of another hearing and another meeting, and perhaps a more confident and benign meeting of the minds at another time.
Madam Chair, if I
Right
may.
now, I can see all my colleagues jumping out of their seats to contradict us, but let's not hijack this hearing. Let us
Correct.
proceed with the next witness, who has very kindly come from the province of Batangas. Yes, po, Senator.
Madam Chair,
Salamat, Madam Chair.
Senate President, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair,
Madam Chair,
Can I be
I've been
recognized, Madam
acknowledged
Chair?
by the chair.
Madam Chair.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I proceed, Madam Chair?
Madam Chair.
May I proceed,
Madam
Madam
Chair.
Chair?
I'm sorry,
Chair.
I
It's
thought
all
the
right.
congressman
Madam Chair,
was
point of order.
escaping.
No.
Yes,
Thank you, Madam
Senator
Chair.
Ontiveros,
He should
please.
listen to
Madam
us.
Chair.
I'm
I,
raising a
you
point
should
of
listen
order,
to us,
Madam
huh?
Madam Chair, if I may proceed. I've been acknowledged already.
Chair. As a priority, Madam Chair, under our rules. Madam Chair,
Yes, the point of order precedes all others. Yes, please,
I think, Madam
Senator
Chair, we should
Tolentino.
discuss the matter at hand. It has something to do with the name Anthony Abad, whether we should subpoena him or not tomorrow or in the next hearing, Madam Chair. We expect a ruling from the Chair.
Yes, thank you
Yes.
very much. I think that's now become a motion, both from the minority leader as well as Senator Tolentino. And we acknowledge Senator Ontiveros once again, who has the floor.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I join with the chair in the observation that she raised that the good representative is opening up a different issue. Gusto ko rin pong suportahan yung sinabi na ng Senate President that the rules of the Senate will allow our brave witnesses to speak their truth to the committee. Mas matapang pa nga sila kaysa sa mga nagtatago sa likod ng isang law firm. Ayaw aminin sino nagpamudmod ng forms. Ayaw aminin sino lathala ng isang TV commercial. But I would like to return to the question of Attorney Anthony A. Abad. May nakikita naman po akong at least 3 resource persons mula sa PIRMA. Perhaps, Madam Chair, the PIRMA resource persons can confirm if they indeed engage the services of Attorney Abad, Madam Chair.
Just would like to inquire if it was ruled by the chair that Anthony Abad will be issued subpoena for the next hearing.
Yes, I think motions were received, and
It was rolled by-
certainly we have resolved to send a subpoena to the said Attorney Abad, although I think information was sent to this committee that he has flown overseas.
Overseas? Okay. Madam Chair, dagdag lang ko konti, Madam Chair. No? I just would like to react to the statement of Attorney Rodante Marcolita. Congressman Marcolita. Kung sinabi po niya, Madam Chair, na siya ay nasasaktan dahil para bang alluded to yung buong lower house na sila ang nasa likuran nitong People's Initiative. Ako rin ay nasasaktan when he alluded the Senate as the opposition palagi, dahilan kung bakit hindi natutuloy yung economic chacha. Ako po gusto ko iparating, Madam Chair, na in fact, during the last Congress, kaming dalawa ni Senator Tolentino, nag-file kami ng resolution for economic chacha. And nagbabago po yung composition ng Senado at pareho na rin sa lower house, nagbabago rin yung composition. So hindi po rin masabi na kung nag-upos sila ngayon, mag-upos na yan forever. Nagbabago po. Kami po ni Senator Tolentino, nag-file ng resolution. Kaya masakit po sa amin kung sabihin niya, nilalahat niya na ang buong Senado ay ayaw sa chacha. Kami po nag-propose. So, yun lang po. Gusto ko lang liwanagin, Madam Chair. Again, he is a good friend of mine, Congressman Marcolita. There's nothing personal about it. Gusto ko lang iparating sa kanya yung mensahe na kami po ay pro-chacha rin, lalong-lalo na pagdating sa economic reforms.
Madam Chair,
Thank you po.
we can simplify this. Maybe we can have a stipulation. Can the Senate stipulate that of all the initiatives taken by the House to engage you as a constituent assembly, all these initiatives have been refused? Wala pa tayong, hindi pa po tayo
Madam
nag-meet.
Chair, as Senate President, as the leader of this institution, I can categorically state that we have not refused any measures. Matter of fact, I filed last week RBH 6, which is to discuss economic provisions of the Constitution. So,
Only to change your mind 3 days later, Mr. Senate President.
did I ever say, for the record, did I ever say I am no longer pursuing this? Please cite the record that I said I will no longer pursue this.
Well, it's in the
Yes.
privileged speech I heard by
no,
one of you.
No. I'd like
They're
to correct
now-
misconception of my dear friend, Congressman Marcoleta. We are just fighting this PI first. Because this PI, this fake People's Initiative, is going to undermine the processes of voting during the discussions of constitutional change. Hindi po kami papayag na makapon ang Senado kasi mawawala po ang bicameralism that is stipulated 5 times in our Constitution and provides for the checks and balances of our institutions. Yun lamang po. Wala po tayong pinag-aawayan kundi itong PI kasi alam mo, sa totoo lang, Madam Chair, we're veering away from the topic here. But really quickly, kung yung People's Initiative, kung linagay po nila dyan, sino bang mga proponents dyan? Kung linagay ng pirma dyan to amend the, for example, public services to allow 100% foreign ownership, sa tingin ko walang gulo eh. Pati sa amin walang aalma. Yun ay napakasimple. That is a right given by the Constitution. Pero hindi. It's a very simple question to vote as one, but it is full of hidden meaning, and it will open a Pandora's box that we can no longer come out from. So yun lamang po, Madam Chair. I just want to put for the record, we have not categorically said no to amendments to the Constitution. As a matter of fact, I met with the President and he said, let's discuss the economic provisions and stop this PI. He told me this yesterday, and I'm saying this for the record again. I gave that speech in Congress as a personal and collective privilege, but I'll say it again. the President said, stop this PI, it's getting out of hand, and focus on discussions on the floor on how we can improve the Constitution through the amendments to the economic provision. Yun
Madam
lamang
Chair.
po. Yun lamang po.
Madam Chair, point of order.
Yes, thank you very much.
I listened
Senator
intently to the
Escudero.
distinguished chairperson when she
Ang ating problem with China can only be resolved by talking bilateral talks between China and the Philippines alone. Ayaw niyang makipag-cooperate sa mga foreign countries. Kasi lalo na sa superpower, lalo na sa US, very clear yung kanyang mga statements noon na mahirap ma-caught in between sa sigalot ng China and the US, both superpowers. Sabi niya, isang pagbahing lang ng US or China, mabura na ang Pilipinas sa mapa. Eh ngayon, nung umupo siya, wala na yung kanyang foreign policy statement no na napakagandang pakinggan. Let us be friends to all and enemy to no one. Ngayon, ang nangyayari is friends to the US but enemy to China. Yun na ang lumalabas ngayon. Kaya, ang China, kung ano-ano na lang ang ginagawang pambubuli sa Pilipinas, dyan sa West Philippine Sea, kasi pumabor naman ng todo ang Pilipinas sa US. Okay, so, sabi niya, I don't work for the US. Maybe. Pwede. Kaya lang, ano ang motibo niya na grabe na ang pagdikit niya, pag-alliance niya sa US, na nung una ayaw niya. Hindi kaya may ibang motibo? Okay. Dapat sagutin ng administrasyong ito yung mga sinasabi ni na Attorney Roque, ni na Doc Loren Badoy at iba pang commentaries na kaya biglang dumikit ang Pangulong Marcos sa US kasi yung Marcos wealth o Marcos gold. Yun ang sinasabi ni na Attorney Roque, Doc Badoy. Hanggang ngayon, wala pa akong naririnig na paliwanag nila kasi I believe there is Marcos wealth, Marcos gold, at nakadeposito karaman ito sa US. So ang hinala ni na Attorney Roque na compromise, may secret agreement, yan ang sinasabi ni Attorney Roque na para makuha ng Marcos family ang kanilang kayamanan, dapat pumanig ang Philippine government sa US in relation dito sa sigalot sa China. Kasi ang interest ng US dyan sa South China Sea or West Philippine Sea is yung freedom of navigation. Yun ang kanilang interest. Hindi yung tulungan ng Pilipinas. I don't believe so. Kasi kung makontrol totally ng China ang South China Sea or wala. Apektado ang economy ng US kung hindi sila makadaan dyan. Kaya gusto ng US, gagamitin niya ang Pilipinas para ipaglaban ng ating karapatan dyan sa freedom of navigation para tuloy-tuloy lang ang hindi maapektuhan ang trade economy ng US. So, yan ang kanilang interest. So, kung paniniwalaan natin si Attorney Roque, sabi niya na interest din ng Pangulo is makuha ang Marcos wealth. Kaya ngayon, pumapabor siya sa kagustuhan ng US. Okay. Ano yung mga kagustuhan na yun? Yung additional EDCA sites, delikado yun. Okay na lang yung 5 original EDCA sites panahon ni President Noynoy Aquino. Walang masyadong problema yun dahil Fort Magsaysay, ano ba yung iba, sa Cebu, Basa Air Base, Lumbi Air Base, then Palawan. Okay lang yun, walang masyadong opposition doon. Kaya lang itong additional EDCA sites, dalawa sa Cagayan Province, isa sa Isabela, tapos isa sa Palawan. Nako, ito na yung lalo sa Cagayan. Diyan na natatakot ang karamihan kasi nakikita ng karamihan na yan, pag-ahanda ng US,
Magandang balita ang hatid namin sa inyo ngayong araw. Sa pagtatapos ng aming balitaan, nagbigay kami ng mga mahalagang impormasyon. Maraming salamat sa pagtutok at pagsuporta sa aming programa. Huwag kalimutang manatili sa mga susunod na araw para sa mga bagong balita at mga kwento na dapat nating abangan. Mula sa Boses ng Masa, magandang araw Pilipinas!